Hi, I'm Mud Puppet Joel.
And I'm Mud Puppet Ryan.
And we're the Mud Puppets. We do sketch comedy on YouTube, but now we've brought our considerable talents to the world of cable access.
Marginal.
What do you mean marginal?
Marginal talents.
Fine. We've brought our marginal talents to the world of cable access. We plan to offer a variety show of sorts with guests, topical humor, sketches, and a wide assortment of bizarre characters. Well, you ready, Ryan?
Yeah.
What's the matter with you?
Kind of nervous, man. I mean, lights, cameras, all the action. I mean...
What do you mean you're nervous, Ryan? We're in front of cameras all the time.
Well, I wet myself.
What? We're gonna need a minute.
Fiddlesticks!
We've got a good guest today, Big BUBBA LUSCIOUS from Metro Pro Wrestling, of course.
Look forward to talking to him.
So Ryan, I was just wondering, what plans do you have for the summer?
You know, I want to do what I do every summer, Joel. I want to spend a lot of time at the beach, you know, working on my fabulous tan, getting a nice base coat down.
Now, wasn't there an incident, though, at the beach that was very negative for you? You were mistaken for a sea creature?
You know, here's what happened. There was a little bit of a mix-up. Greenpeace was trying to save me, and then actually a whaling ship was trying to harvest my blubber. And, you know, I tried to stay neutral in the whole thing. I was like, I don't want to get in the middle of this deal, but...
There were scared children.
Well, you know what? The children were probably the biggest victims, because I escaped unharmed, so...
Well, of course, we want to let everyone know a little more about ourselves. Of course, as we said from the top, we're the Mud Puppets. We do sketch comedy on YouTube. But with this cable access show, we do want to do a bit of a variety show, showcase some local talents, local groups. So in the future, today, of course, we have Big BUBBA LUSCIOUS on, but we'll have more information on that later, how you can possibly interact with the Mud Puppets.
You could be a guest on this show. That'd be pretty cool.
Who wouldn't want to be?
Yeah.
So, speaking of summer plans, you know, we've got the Wyandotte Street Fair coming up in July 10th to the 13th, and there is a strong possibility that that we might just be there.
Yeah, you know what? We might as well just say it. We're going to be there. We're going to be talking to some of the local artists, you know, seeing what sort of artwork they produce.
That's right.
Giving our opinions on it. We are art connoisseurs.
Yep.
And also a very special friend of ours is going to be there with us, Joel.
That is true. One of our Mud Puppet luminaries, the Sock Puppet Munch, may be there. And some people have met Munch before, others have not. Munch is quite a character, though.
Yeah, we are not responsible for the things Munch says.
No, Munch is an entity unto himself.
He's a wild card.
He once got into a tussle with a cripple.
Yeah, I mean, he's the kind of guy who you can't really predict what Munch is going to do. You couldn't possibly script it out.
And you know what? He did okay for himself in that fight.
He did.
He did all right.
Held his own.
Of course, it was Johnny Badwheels.
Yes, also of the PWL fame.
Of course. And he's been hankering for a rematch.
Well, I would love to see that.
Last thing before we go to our sketch here. Today, of course, is it's June 29th.
Yes.
Of course, the viewers will be seeing this throughout the month. But last month, Ray Harryhausen, famous special effects artist, one of my inspirations, passed away. His birthday would have been today. He was born June 20th, 1929. Would have been 93 years old today. Had all sorts of movies that he did special effects on. Jason and the Argonauts.
Right.
Clash of the Titans. And, of course, one of my all-time favorite films, Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, which if we just put this right past our megabone here, right there's the cover. And I've got to say, one of my favorite films of all time. It's a landmark film in terms of special effects. And if you are not familiar with this film, especially young people into movie making, into films, see this movie. It really is, to me, it's a work of art.
Well, you know, Harryhausen was great at working with monstrous, horrible creatures, and luckily we don't have to work under those conditions.
No, I would not know anything about working with monstrous and hideous creatures.
Not at all.
So, folks, here's the deal. We actually, Ryan, I just got word we have our first sponsor, if you can believe it.
Already?
Hey, it's coming in quick for the Mud Puppets.
This show's a juggernaut.
So we're actually going to, they've sent us in a promo.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to go to that promo right now, and when we come back, we will be sitting down for an interview with Big Bubba Luscious.
I'm eating my corn.
Hey, I'm John Campagna, President and CEO of Whatnot Industries. Has this ever happened to you? An ordinary folding chair. I'll just pop a squat and take a load off and whatnot. Nut. When will someone come up with a chair for the amply proportioned gent? Well, now someone has. Meet my cousin, Ron Campagna.
That's me! Did you know that in the United States, millions of people suffer from having humongous fat asses?
You might not know it just from looking at me, but even I suffer from this debilitating disease.
And that's why I created fat ass chairs. I grew tired of having my lard ass family destroy all my furniture. Fat ass chairs are made of space age polymers and titanium and whatnot. They can hold up to 800 pounds with ease. No more will you fear surprise visits from Fat Aunt Sally or Tubby Cousin Lou.
And let's be honest, if you weigh more than 800 pounds, you ain't leaving your house without the help of the Jerry Springer Show and a forklift.
Fat ass chairs are great, but don't take our word for it. Here's some satisfied customers.
I'm a busy single mom. I use my fat ass chair for watching my kids' soccer games or going online to look up recipes and whatnot. It's the best.
Yeah, and now my sister here could come visit me without leaving my house looking like it's been torn asunder by a pack of wild wildebeest or whatnot. Thanks, fat ass chairs. Wow, what a ringing endorsement. Say, John, how can the folks at home get themselves some fat ass chairs?
Just go to www.fataschairsforhumongousfatasses.com today.
That's www.fatasschairsforhumongousfatasses.com. Treat your fat ass family members with the respect they obviously don't have, but a fat ass selves. Wanna get muddy? Visit mudpuppets.com today.
What a great new product, Ryan.
Yeah, and I have to say, Joel, they actually sent one of those chairs over for me to sit in today. Being a heavy-set gent.
Heavy-set being a very kind term.
Well, that's where I'm going with it. And I gotta say, I am more comfortable in this chair than I've ever been in any chair in my life. Usually when I sit on a chair, I'm afraid it's going to break down into like its base elements. But today, I feel like this chair at best, will just break normally.
Right.
So,
And not just shatter. I like that you said into its base elements.
yeah, you would not see anything. It would just be like,
Gone.
yeah, argon and other things.
So yeah, big thanks to John and Ron Campagna for this great product that is keeping Ryan upright. So, we are now joined, of course, by MPW Commissioner Big Bubba Luscious. Bubba,
Gentlemen,
welcome to the show. It's been a long time coming.
I have to say it's an honor to be the inaugural guest here on the Mud Puppets.
Yeah, I can see that.
It's an honor.
It's an honor.
I'm going to go down in history.
So
The first guest ever.
Well, you're going to go down in history one way or another. That's for sure.
What does that mean?
Hey, just saying. Just saying.
All right.
So, Bubba, you Wyandotte residents, lifelong.
Yes.
Tell us a little about your childhood growing up in Wyandotte.
Oh, Wyandotte's a great city to grow up in. Great police department there. Always there to protect. Well,
Go on.
They're a great police department. Come on. They have great sports programs for the kids. It was a great place growing up, honestly.
Let me ask you, Bubba, since we're talking about your childhood.
Yes.
Yes.
What sort of name is Bubba? Why?
How did you get the nickname?
Yeah.
Well, I got the name back in 6th grade. I walked into class, I was going to sit down, and one of the girls in my class said, "Oh, here comes a Bubba."
Oh!
Now, you believe that? I'll take it.
I'll Bubba,
It's stuck.
not just Bubba. I'll Bubba.
I'll Bubba.
Oh, Bubba,
A
as if there's a plethora
There's just like a
of
Bubba,
Bubbas
yes.
roaming
That's
the
right.
earth.
That's right, and I'm one of them. So.
All right, so did this girl did this become a friend?
Oh yeah,
Or
Teresa. Yes.
Oh, she was. She
Remember
became a
her very
friend.
well. Yeah, we still talk today. Yes.
So she shouts out, "Here comes a Bubba!" And you're like,
Right.
That's a pal.
Yeah, there you go.
That's someone I want to spend
Somebody
more-
gave me my
more time
my
with.
name. So yes.
Okay,
Definitely.
so during your life and your teenage years, and young adulthood, tell us about some, youthful indiscretions that Big Bubba Luscious perhaps got into.
Oh, well, of course, Bubba hit the alcohol a little bit earlier than usual.
Well, Munch loves to imbibe as well, so
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a little indulgence here and there, I could have waited till I was 21, but
that would have been boring.
Right, exactly.
How young are we talking, Bubba?
I was probably like 17.
Okay.
At least. So that's not bad.
I thought
and that was
10.
back in the day.
Back in the day, right.
What are we talking, late
Prohibition and all
70s,
that,
early
yes.
80s?
Yeah, more like 80s.
Before
Before
PC.
Prohibition.
Before Prohibition.
Hey, I'm just kidding. More like 80s.
Okay. Well, what are some of your favorite hangouts here in Wyandotte? Either when you were younger or nowadays. I have mine, of course.
Well, the top one, of course, was Wyandotte Theater.
The Wyandotte
It was
Theater.
a land, yeah.
Oh,
that was
the
a
old,
land
yeah.
line over here.
Yeah.
That was a great
Gone
place.
now, of course.
Yes, it's gone.
Bulldozed.
Replaced by a farmer's market. Sad.
Ooh, so you're not a fan of the farmer's market?
No,
All the
definitely
praise
not.
for the local amenities.
It's healthy
but not
food.
You know what?
That's a good point.
I got to say, I
You
can get
gotta
on
agree with
board.
me on that,
I can
right?
get on board with that.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yes.
What about nowadays, though?
Nowadays, where I hang
What do
out
you
at?
like to stuff your maw?
Oh, okay. Well, do you want alphabetical preference or geographical?
However you want to
There's
give
a
it
lot.
to us, Bubba.
Let's Speedboat, of course.
Speedboat.
As a classic.
An old dive.
There on Wednesdays, a steak night.
Okay.
Yes, of course. And then if I do venture out of the city, I like to hit up the Red Robin occasionally.
Red Robin. I really
Yes.
like in downtown Wyandotte. I love R.P. McMurphy's.
Oh yeah,
Just I
good
love
choice.
the
Great
ambience in that
place.
place.
Yeah, that's a nice place.
Frank's, just down the
Frank's.
road.
Never been
pizza
there.
You never been to Frank's?
No. I
Big
have to
Bubba
admit that.
Luscious
That's one-
has
that's a-
never been to Frank's.
Right, that's a secret of mine. Yeah, I've never been there.
Just outside, I wanted actually Roma's.
Oh
It's
yeah,
really
Roma's is
good.
very good. Yes.
Some of the best Italian subs I've ever had.
If we're going to talk a little bit about takeout,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the Chinese food.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
China
definitely.
Star,
China
one of
Star.
Wyandotte's very best.
Well, Lychee Gardens was my favorite, and
Oh,
now
it's closed,
It's
right?
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like out of the blue, gone.
All right.
There one day it was closed.
Now, I don't want you two gentlemen to get off track because, like a runaway train, that could leave a lot of
Hey,
bodies.
now.
But
Guy.
we need to clear up a little issue. There's,
What
of course, your birth name is
is
out
Bubba?
with it.
Bubba,
Your birth name
Oh.
is,
John,
and your last name.
really?
Yeah,
Adkins.
Adkins. We
Right.
just happen to be Adkins as well.
Right.
So, when I first started working on Bubba's show, I was doing some Facebook stalking, and I found out his last name was Adkins.
Right.
And there's this long-running joke in our family that all Adkins are inevitably related, that we all
Somewhere.
originate from Pikeville, Kentucky, from the mud of Pikeville, Kentucky,
That's
the
right.
muddy hills.
Yes.
And I thought, there was just certain traits I recognized. It was like a DNA thing.
Oh,
I was like,
okay.
we gotta be related. So I was looking at your Facebook and I saw your sister's Facebook.
Okay.
And then I saw she listed her hometown as Pikeville, Kentucky.
right.
I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yes.
So what of it, Bubba? Do you think that we're related? Did your family as well rise from the muddy hills of Pikeville,
Right.
Kentucky?
There is that possibility that we could share the same blood.
Wow.
It's a
and
possibility, yeah.
if we are related, we're probably interrelated on several levels. So.
I don't
could
know.
be, too.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot
There's a lot.
of keeping it in the family
Oh, yeah.
with the mud puppets
Oh.
and their kin.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna have to look into this
All right.
more. I want to know how far
We could
down
Go
the family
all the way
tree.
back.
This is the kind of hard-hitting investigative journalism that we're known for.
Right.
Strong branches, though, of the family tree
Well,
to
they've
support
gotta be.
such
Oh, they've got to be.
characters.
Yeah.
Yes, they've got to be. Yes.
All right, Bubba. So let's move on to Metro Pro Wrestling.
All right.
Take us back to your origins in the business, or even before that, when you were just going to shows. How did Metro Pro Wrestling come about?
All right. Well, I had a good friend named Pete who used to DJ the local wrestling shows. And he asked me to tag along with him to a couple and started going to them, started talking to the people.
When was this around?
This was probably 1998,
Okay.
right around there. So I started talking to some of the guys that were working the shows, and they were like, hey, you should do a show. And I said, no, it's not for me. But I went to a couple more shows, started talking to more people, and they're like, yeah, really, you should do it. It's not that hard. So they talked me into doing a show. I did my first show in 2000 in Brownstown on a Thursday night in front of about 12 people.
Wow.
Yes, I remember that. It was a disaster. The ring broke down on the way to the show. Had to get a U-Haul. The show was supposed to start at 7:30. Ended up starting at like 9:30. We only went like an hour, only did like 5 matches. And the talent on the show was really good. It was a shame because, you know, wish there would have been more people and things didn't happen the way they did. But we had like Chris Sabin and Zach Gowan was there. Really good show. I just wish it would have been a better crowd.
So how did you recover from that first show? I mean, you had to have thought, okay, I'm done with this.
Right, yeah. After the first show, I'm like, that's it, we're done. And then I started running a couple more. I took off maybe about 6 months. And then my buddy talked me into running a show with him in Wyandotte at the Italian American Club. And we did 2 shows there back to back, and we drew like probably like 300 people. So I was like, see, he's like, see, it's not that bad around here. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. So I branched off on my own from him and started running shows in Dearborn at the Almada Hall. We did a few shows there, probably ran there like a year. It was not bad. And then we went to Taylortown Trade Center, did like 3 shows. And then ended up in Wyandotte. We ran at a couple places in Wyandotte. As you know, we ran at the Arc, bounced off the walls, and now our next show is going to be July 19th at Rookies.
This man knows a gratuitous plug.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Right,
let's
July
hear it.
19th at Rookies. Yeah, that'd be there. And Joel, you've been there.
Yes.
You've helped out at many shows, and you know I appreciate that a lot. And
I wouldn't mind going into that. The Rookies, of course, used to be Don Polsky's. I think most
Polsky.
people in Wyandotte probably know that.
Right.
And then as new ownership was renovated.
Right.
And one of your, of course, frenemies, let's call him.
Yeah, there you go.
Johnny Bad Wheels.
Yes.
Used to run shows at
Don
when it was
Polsky.
Don Polsky's.
Right.
And now that it's Rookies and renovated and looking nice, now you're running there. So that's got to
Right.
make you feel.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a new building, new and improved, new owner. It's a great place to be. Great wrestling's going to take place there for once.
And that show July
No
19th.
offense, Johnny Bad Wheels, but yeah.
7:30 bell time.
7:30 bell time. Yep. July the 19th at Rookies.
Let me ask you this, Bubba.
Yeah.
You know, as a wrestling promoter, one of the things you have to do is have a keen eye, for talent.
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Now, if Mud Puppet Joel and I were to get into the ring and have a
Okay.
match, who do you think would win?
That's a tough one because you got size, which size undoubtedly can win a lot of matches.
It is important. I've heard that from many women.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
True
Well,
enough.
We'll talk about that. Yes, but as everyone knows, as a promoter, you're going for the speed and the agility, which
Wow.
speed and agility will dominate over size anytime. So I'd have to say Joel.
That's what I'm
That's
talking
speed and
about.
agility. That's
You know
Well,
what? I think
that's-
there's good size rye. Settle down, settle down. We don't want you to go into usually you're a gentle giant. We don't want to change.
yeah. I
that.
meant no offense. No
No,
offense
no,
whatsoever.
no,
It's
that's-
an honest opinion. You
that's-
asked for
hey,
it.
There's
that's
good
what-
size and then there's bad size, like
One
good
man's
cholesterol
opinion.
and bad cholesterol. Look, there's the simple look. Now, if you got a hold of me, I could be in some trouble. But I think what I would do is I would just run circles around you until
Oh,
you drop dead,
oh, wow.
and then I'd cover you for the 1, 2, 3.
Endurance.
That's-
Endurance is a
Things
big
would
thing.
be all
That's
over.
great. You and your buddy got it all figured out.
It was just a question.
No,
You asked
no,
me a
no,
question.
no,
I
no,
answered
no.
it. Yeah.
I'm glad.
No
Glad
hard
to know,
feelings.
Glad to know how you feel
Wow.
about me.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Thought we were going to be friends, but it's cool.
Answer
All right,
the question.
Bubba, so-
I'm sorry.
Real quickly, before he gets overheated, tell us a little bit. You've worked with a lot of guys that come through on the indie scene. Who's one guy right now that you think could take it to the next level, could get to the TNA, Ring of Honor, or even WWE?
Right now, I'd have to say Mike Marvel.
Really?
Definitely, yes.
And why is that?
Mike Marvel's came a long way. He started off, he's young, he started off while he was still in high school.
Right, yeah.
Wrestling, and he's improving. Every match I've seen him work, he's improving. He's really got a great future ahead of him.
And I see occasionally he'll post those before and after pictures
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
When he was about 15 and he started training, and he was puny.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
he even, he'd written how, people had kind of laughed at him, and honestly, it's like, I'd have laughed at you too.
Right.
But yeah, he bulked up and got himself into good shape.
A lot of determination, that kid. So, yeah.
How about who's one you've seen throughout all the years that you thought could have been something big, and they just could have taken the next level and then just disappeared?
There's been a few. I wouldn't, without naming names, of course, but there's
course.
been a few guys, that I thought, they gave so much into it, and then all of a sudden they just got lackadaisical and just whatever, accepted their position in independent wrestling, which is fine. But I think if they would have strived a little bit harder, they might have been on national TV.
Yeah, and sometimes it seems like some of the younger guys think that they're going to wrestle a match or two, and then become famous or something.
Yeah,
and then it
yes,
just
yes. Oh,
doesn't happen,
I've
and they book
encountered
it.
a young man like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking about.
yes, wrestled 2 matches and thought he should be
Yeah.
on WWE. Yeah,
And it's a shame because he could talk, he could work,
Right.
But
his attitude
up here, it just
his
yeah,
ego
did not put it all
and attitude
together.
are definitely something you don't want to have a bad one on.
All right,
So.
all your years of promoting, give us one story, real quick, because we got a game to play.
All right,
One
promote-
humorous story.
One humorous story.
Yes.
Okay, I was set up. I had a match set up. It was supposed to be one of the guys against this other guy. It was a little guy, and I told the guy, "Don't worry about it. You know, it'd be an easy match. A little guy." Well, Big Chuck had took it upon himself to take the little guy out of the match and inject himself into the match. So I'm sitting there waiting for the little guy to come on, and of course, Big Chuck, who you've seen him before,
Of course.
he's a big guy,
Big dude.
like 6'3", like 480, 450, easy. He came out and just like I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" You know, and whatever. And Chuck, you know, Chuck was laughing the whole time because he knew he'd pull one over on me, but it was all right. I
Good
remember
stuff.
that. I'll remember that. Yeah.
All right, before we let you go,
Yeah.
you're going to play a little game with us.
I like
Little
games.
word association game. Here's
right.
how it's going to work,
Okay.
okay? And there's a
Yes.
prize involved.
Ooh.
If you should get more right than wrong,
All right.
which isn't likely, you will win. Brian,
Wait a
like show 'em?
minute.
You're going to get 3, count them 3,
Oh, yes.
store brand Fig Newtons.
Oh, I love
Delicious.
Fig Newtons. Oh yeah.
However, if you fail,
What?
which might be likely, you have to watch me eat these Fig
Oh.
Newtons right in front of you.
Right.
That's not right.
Now, we're going to give you a word, okay? You're going to give us what you think that word means. If
Okay.
you are incorrect, you're going to hear this sound. Okay?
That's annoying.
If you're correct, you'll hear a familiar sound. Dinging of a bell.
Yes. Okay.
Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely ready.
First word,
Psyched.
Bubba.
Yes.
Garish.
Garish. Garish. Oh, it's that stuff you put on like little like steaks and stuff, and you can pick it off.
Ryan. That is incorrect. That is a garnish.
Oh, garnish.
Garish means
My bad.
flashy, glaring, showy, or gaudy.
Oh,
All right, 0 for
okay.
1.
Garnish. Well.
Your next word.
Okay.
Titular.
Who?
Titular.
Oh wow, that doesn't even sound like a word I could explain on this show. But anyways, titular, huge. Ah, wow.
Huge. I think we see your tracks. Oh, excuse
Oh,
me.
wait.
No,
Oh,
that
wait,
didn't count.
Unofficial.
All right.
Titular it means existing in title only, of, relating to, or bearing a title. Not what your filthy mind was thinking. Next word. Podunk.
Who?
Podunk.
Podunk.
It's not a who, I'll give you that much.
A basketball move? What?
I like where you're going with that one.
Could have been.
Podunk is a noun. It means a hypothetical small town regarded typically as dull or insignificant. Okay, over 3.
Oh.
Your next one. You should be able to get this one.
All right.
Your word is rube.
Rube. A rube is like a rube. I know what I want to say, but I'm having a hard time explaining it. A rube would be like a sucker.
You got it. All right,
Okay.
that's correct. All right,
job,
first
good job.
card's
All right,
done.
good.
Your next word. All right, 1 for 4. Scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt.
Scuttlebutt. It's also a noun.
Scuttlebutt. Move slowly? I don't know.
Incorrect. Scuttlebutt means gossip or rumor.
Okay.
Your next word.
Yes.
Quagmire.
Quagmire. That guy on Family Guy. Oh, what? That is.
That's
Incorrect.
correct.
Well,
Not in the way we're using
That is
it.
not what the word means. The word means an awkward, complex, or hazardous situation.
Giggity.
Quagmire.
Whatever.
Next word. Somnambulist.
Somnambulist?
Somnambulist.
Can I have a spelling, please?
No.
That's what?
Somnambulist.
Somnambulist. Somnambulist.
Come on, we need to speed it up here.
A military term.
One who engages in sleepwalking. Next word.
Okay.
Amorphous.
Amorphous. Changing, like a transformer. Amorphous. Amorphin.
Shapeless or formless, such as, an amorphous blob. Not that there's any here.
Why do you look at me when you say
Next one. Scatological.
Scatological. Scatological. How about messed up all over the place? What? Come on. How you know
Of
it?
or pertaining to the study, discussion, or orientation of all things fecal. Last chance here.
Okay.
Your last word is troglodyte.
Troglodyte.
A noun.
A troglodyte. A troglodyte. Would that be like a troll, a gnome? Troglodyte.
You know what the hell? I'm going to give it to him.
Yeah, there you go.
Troglodyte is a person who lived in a cave, a hermit, a person who is regarded as being deliberately ignorant or old-fashioned, but I'll give it to you. And that was
you.
only 2 out of 10, so I'm
Wait,
sorry, Big
2?
Bubbalicious.
Bubba.
You have lost the game. Ryan is going to
I'm
devour the
sorry.
Fig Newtons.
Oh, this is not right.
And as
I gotta watch this.
Oh,
as Ryan devours the Fig Newtons,
they're so good.
we are actually, I'm sorry, we just brought the 3.
Wow.
Sorry.
That's all we could afford.
Way to treat a guest.
We are going to see another sketch, and on the other side, we will come back and we will wrap things up.
Give me one of those. Come on.
Why?
You lost, man. Sorry.
Fiddlesticks!
Oh, that was a classic prank call.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Your turn.
I'm gonna put mine on speaker. I want you to hear my genius.
Okay.
Alright.
Hello?
Oh, hey. I'm in your house. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you all!
Oh, is that right? Well, guess what? I've got a Glock.
You got a Glock? Oh, I got 2 Glocks.
A bazooka. A bazooka.
And I got a bazooka.
I see you. I see you. You made a mistake giving me a warning. Die! Die, you son of a bitch! Die! Wait. Jimmy? Jimmy? Oh my God, it was my husband. Oh God. Oh God. He's dead. He's dead. There's blood everywhere. I can see his insides. He's so cold. So cold.
*67. It's worth it. Wanna get muddy? Visit mudpuppets.com today.
Well, we want to thank everybody for tuning in to the first episode of the Mud Puppets. We'll be back here again every month with a new show.
Once a month.
And you know, Joel, it's exciting because as people are watching this, it's actually going to be our 1-year anniversary
True enough.
of the first material that we put out.
Yep.
So check us out on YouTube. You'll see our 1-year anniversary special. We're going to have clips from some of our best sketches. We're going to have messages from some of the famous characters that have appeared in our sketches, and also a few bloopers. We've messed up a time or two.
Yep, some behind the scenes footage.
Yeah.
And next month we'll be back. We're going to have some footage from the Wyandotte Street Fair. We'll find out if the sock puppet Munch gets himself arrested or not. Yeah. And of course, fans, you can tweet us. You can tweet at Mud Puppets. You can tweet at Mud Puppet Joel. You can tweet at Mud Puppet Ryan. Now about you, Ryan, but I love a good tweeting.
Oh, it's the best.
Who doesn't?
Also, we want to tell you, check out, we have a website, mudpuppets.com. There you'll find all of our information.
Key information right there.
All of our sketches. And also...
the email.
That's right.
If you want to be on the show, we want to have, if you have some sort of a talent, can you juggle? We can't have you swallow fire. I'd love that. But you're a local group, you have something to promote, we want to have you on the show. We'd love to have people in the community on the show. So you can email us at themudpuppets@gmail. Send us hate mail. Send us fan mail. Yeah. All of it's welcome. And the last thing is you can check us out, of course, YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. Become a fan on Facebook. And check out our blog on WordPress. We're going to have more content on there. I believe, Ryan, that is all the time we have for today.
Yeah, that's it for today. So thanks again for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
We will see you next time. Check us out on YouTube.
Honey, I brought you underwears and sausages. They're greasy.